I once had a client on my coaching program that he came to me very, very, very sad, very frustrated with his life. And he told me, Derek, I'm coming to you because I don't know what else to do. I know, he told me, by a fact that I am heterosexual. I like woman. He was a man. I like woman. I have a girlfriend, but at the same time, I have been bullied all my life. Like if I was a homosexual or gay man. My brothers, they used to tell me that I was gay. My friends, they used to tell me back in the day that I was gay in the school. They bullied me with that. Also, I was sexually molested by a man when I was a kid. When I was like, I don't know, 10 years old, random guy, an old man, he touched me and he raped me and stuff like that. So I have those images still on my mind. And in one moment of my life, I really thought, hey, maybe I am gay. Because if someone molested me and my brothers are telling me that I'm gay, and people in my high school, they are bullying me, telling me that I'm gay, maybe they are right. Maybe I am gay. And it's so heartbreaking that for me because no offense, he told me, with gay people. I like gay people. I don't have any issue with people that are gay, but I don't want to be gay. And now these thoughts, after I resolved and I thought, and I decided, okay, I'm not gay, and I continue with my life, and I affirm my sexual orientation to be heterosexual, but still I have those thoughts, and sometimes I feel that I'm not satisfying my girlfriend right now in my life sexually. I'm not satisfying her because I feel like I am not a man enough. I am not sure if I am an absolute man. What if I am gay? What if what I can do? So basically this was the problem that this client of mine wanted to be coached about, or wanted to be coached by me. And I remember I look at him. It was a digital session, and I told him, I want you to accept, and not only accept, but to practice right now with me infinite compassion, self compassion, with the fact, or to the fact, that you are not only gay, but that you are infinitely gay. And he was like, what? How I am infinitely gay? And I told him, maybe in this reality, maybe in this universe, you are not gay. But in all of the others realities that can, may, and probably exist, all the other universes, all the other multiverses that are coexisting right now, every time in a quantum superposition of realities that we can call consciousness or God or love. In, in an infinite number of those realities, you are right now absolutely gay. And I want you to accept that. And I don't just want you to accept that as, "Oh, okay, this is my coach telling me you need to accept this," but I want you to become conscious of this, because consciousness is the only thing that can liberate you, that can make you free, that can make you love and self accept and become whole again, become integrous, complete, total with yourself again. So I knew that this guy was a he was destroyed, obviously. His ego, his identity was destroyed in that moment. And sometimes coaching is like that. Sometimes as coaches, we need to confront people as psychologists as well, but sometimes as psychologists we are more soft, we are more gentle. As coach, we need to do what we need to do in order to serve our client. And I understood in that moment that yes, maybe his ego will be destroyed, but his heart will be healed if he understood that multiversal truth, and if he could compassionate his whole multiverse. And I bet that he could. I trust him as his coach. I i bet in his healing capacities, in his capacity to overcome his limits, to overcome his pain, his suffering, his doubts. And that man, that was our first session, and we had 4 sessions in total. At the end of the month, he was totally transformed. He finally could accept that he was absolutely gay and in the same time absolutely not gay. He could understand the beautiful paradox of life. And with my guidance and with my coaching, but most importantly, with his own efforts and with his own inner work, he could integrate all opposites and he reborn. He could forgive the perpetrator that raped him when he was a child. He also forgave um, his for being bullies and his friends. And he became very empowered with his masculinity because he understood that his masculinity is just a dance in the cosmic dance of femininity, of femininity. You cannot be masculine without being feminine. You cannot be feminine without being masculine. And after his moral system could accept this fact, he transformed his self punishment, his self judgment into love and into compassion. And when he transformed his self judgment into love and into compassion, he finally made himself free. Welcome, my friend, to the most transformative podcast in the multiverse. This is the Mastermind Podcast Challenge Season 2 with your host, your favorite doctor, Derek, and this is the episode 588. And the story that I was telling you in the introduction of this podcast is a true story. And I think that serve to illustrate a very important point that we are going to be discussing in the podcast of today. And the point is that, as you know, if you have been following my content, one of the most potent techniques and skills, and we can also call it a psychological state or spiritual state that you can pursue in your life, in your personal development, and in your spiritual expansion, is the state of self compassion. Self compassion. And let's just make a quick exercise right now to attune our mind and our spirit to this state. I just want you to focus all your energy right now in your heart. And just notice all the energy of your heart, how beautiful that energy is. And I just want you to notice that that energy that you are feeling in your heart is love. And I just want you to notice and become conscious of the fact that that energy of love is an integrative energy. It's an energy that is trying relentlessly to integrate everything in your reality. It is not divisory. It is not a splitting energy. It is not an energy that is compartmentalizing reality. It's an energy that is the whole opposite. It's uniting everything within and everything without. Just notice that energy. Just try to expand with your consciousness right now that energy through your whole body. You can use your breath as a helper, as an assistant in this quick exercise. Just notice how beautiful this energy is, how friendly, how warmth, how energetic. And just notice the fact that this energy that you have in your heart, this love that we all have, just notice that it's a proactive energy. It's not a submissive, inactive, passive kind of energy. Notice the power that you can find inside the infrastructure of that energy. Concentrate your forces and just notice the fire that is inside this energy. And now notice how this energy have kind of a desire of its own. This energy also have kind of a will of its own. And notice how this will is to end all suffering in the cosmos. Not only your own suffering, maybe you are struggling with a sickness, maybe you are struggling with self judgment, maybe you are struggling with a career that is not what you want to be in life. But also, this energy, it is not only trying to end that suffering for you, it is not only trying to purify the pain, but it's also an energy that is trying to end the suffering of others. Maybe the suffering of people that is hungry today. Maybe the suffering of people that doesn't have any money, or people that has drug addiction, alcohol dependence, or women or men that are suffering in a violence, domestic violence relationship. Just notice how this energy in your heart, this love, is relentless in helping others. It has a desire to help. It has a desire to serve. Now, every time that you follow this energy, every time that you are integrous, whole, complete with this energy, every time that you follow these instructions, you are acting from compassion. This is the most important key insight that I want you to understand. Love and compassion, they are the same. And they are both imperative to live a life of supra consciousness, a life of extraordinary spiritual capacity, a life of happiness. They are both necessary. The key difference is that compassion is oriented to action, to behavior, to movement. When you are compassionate, you do something, you act. It's an active principle, that of compassion. And if you can merge your consciousness in your meditation, in your yoga, but more importantly, folks, in your everyday life. If you can merge your consciousness, your subjectivity with compassion for them to be one and only one, like you are conscious because you are compassion, you will become enlightened. You don't need more personal development if you achieve this state. The whole Buddhism as a practice is just a way to try to achieve this state. I'm not telling you that I am in this state, I am in the journey. But I'm telling you, compassion is enlightenment. If you can be infinitely compassionate with yourself and with every other thing in the multiverse, a way of compassion that is the most virtuous path that you can take in life. It will vitalize your purpose. It will vitalize your actions, your art, your creativity, your career, your relationship with your husband, with your wife, your paternity, your maternity, your relationship with God, your relationship with yourself. But how can we make this compassion all pervasive in your consciousness? That is the challenge. That is the real question. And pervasive, that is a very good word. I like that word. It's a very accurate word because it means something that is all penetrative, all encompassing. When something is pervasive, is kind of a substance that penetrates everything. Just imagine a substance that penetrates not only your skin, but every atom of your skin and every quark of that atom and every quanta inside that quark and every space time dimension, multiverse, multi reality, every dream, every hope, every emotion, every cosmic possibility. Just imagine a compassion that can and is existence itself. Just imagine that you are not made of bones and blood as a human being, but instead you are made from love and compassion in a very real way. If you can make this your truth, don't believe me, just actualize this truth. Just go all in for this truth. Meditate on this possibility. Make it your intention in your yoga. How can I compassionate the multiverse? When you are making love, Make compassion a top priority instead of the orgasm. Or better, just understand how an orgasm is just an amplified, pleasurable, pleasurable experience of compassion. But don't only make this a spiritual intention or a spiritual direction. Make this also a target in your behavior, a goal in your calendar to live through compassion, to serve every client in your work every day with infinite compassion, to do your best to raise your children with infinite compassion. And you will fail, man. You will fail miserably sometimes. I fail every day. I have been failing in this infinite compassion stuff with my COVID situation. I have been very vulnerable mentally, physically, and emotionally, spiritually, sexually, in all my dimensions in these last 2 weeks that I have been with COVID, recovering from COVID. And I have failed so many times of being compassionate with myself. Like, I want to push myself. I want to come back to work as I was doing, to come back to the gym as I was doing. I want that very hard in my heart. And I am sometimes punishing in my own mind, telling me you are weak. You should be better by now. Why the fuck you are still coughing? Why the fuck you are still struggling? Why the fuck you are still sleeping a lot? But then I need to remind myself, hey man, be compassionate with yourself. Accept your process. Accept how your body responded to this pandemic. This is just not a normal sickness or flu or virus or bacteria. This is a killer. Just be compassionate. Try to be grateful of being alive. You got a second shot. You are still on the game. You are young. You are good, man. Just take it easy. Your students, they will understand. They will understand that you will have a recovery process. They are not pressuring you. No one is calling you, hey, Derek, why are you not uploading so many videos, huh? No one is doing that shit. Be easy. But believe me, guys, it's tough. It's tough. Even for me, it's tough, this business of compassion. But this is a call to arms. This is a call for being more compassionate as a whole. And I feel it, maybe I'm getting more humble after COVID. I feel more compassionate sometimes as well. But I want you to be in this journey with me. And not only to be compassionate in this reality that you are living today, that is too simple for you. That is a very basic technique, and we are all, we have 600 podcasts. We are not in the basics anymore. To just be compassionate in this journey that you are living right now, that is too basic. Let's go further. What is the next step? Well, what if you can be compassionate in every possibility that exists? And what if you can learn how to accept every possibility that you are living right now? Not in only this reality. Forget about this reality, man. Become supraconscious. Be aware of all the other lives that you are living right now, not with your ego, but with God, through God, through consciousness. Maybe right now, as my client, you are a heterosexual, but be compassionate of every homosexual that exists in the multiverse. Be compassionate as well of every pedophile that exists in the multiverse, because you, maybe in another reality, and the theory is very, very likely that we are living in multiple universes. You are probably a pedophile in another universe. Oh, that is a tough truth to swallow, huh? Oh my God. Yes, you are a murderer in another universe. You are in prison. You are a transgender. You are a transsexual. You are a policeman. You are as well a, a blind woman. You have cancer, HIV, diabetes in another universe. You have syphilis. You are poor. You are rich. In other forms of consciousness. You are a pimp. You are a prostitute. You're a beggar. You're a drug addict. You're an alcoholic. You're everything. You are not just this. You are not just you. And now you have an opportunity, you have a window to love everything, to accept your multiplicity, to have compassion with your whole multiverse. Just give me a second because I need to put my laptop to charge very, very quick. I'm back. Now you understand that this healing process is not about healing your personal issues, right? This healing process is about healing the whole cosmos, healing every life, healing every immature part of consciousness. What is going on? I put my laptop to charge. Give me just a second. All right. Now it's charging. Okay. Yeah, it's about healing the whole thing, the whole world, the whole multiverse. And we're gonna get there. We're gonna get to the most profound aspects of consciousness. And one of the experiences that I had pretty recently in one of my last, or in my last spiritual retreat, it was the experience of healing ancestral trauma. I will not speak about it in this podcast yet. I'm still trying to figure what the fuck was that. Because it's some, it's one thing to understand the theory about it and a little bit of the philosophy, and another, you know, different type of whole things to experience the thing. But also, or the thing that I want to say about it for now is that you need to become very compassionate with your parents, with your grandparents, with your great grandparents, and with your great 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 grandparents, every generation that came before you in your phylogenetic line. Man, go deep in your meditation and heal those traumas as the best that you can, because the suffering that you are living today is not an individual suffering. It's not a suffering only to you. It's not reserved to you. You are not important. You are not that essential. Remember the episode of yesterday called You Are Not Special? If you haven't heard that one, please do. You are not that important. A lot of your virtues and a lot of your sins, a lot of your strengths and a lot of your weaknesses are hereditary, are part of your ancestral baggage, and they are karma that you need to burn in your consciousness. And if you don't burn that karma, if you don't heal that trauma, if you don't compassionate your whole multiverse, guess who is going to pay? Not only you, but your children, your grandchildren, and everyone that comes after you, because you didn't solve you didn't solve the issue. And you may say, "Oh, Derek, this is a huge responsibility, man. You are putting on our shoulders the whole cosmos pain." Of course. Who else will do it? Do you think that Biden will do it? Or the next president or the next president? Do you think that The Rock will do it in his next movie? Do you think that Kim Kardashian will do it in her next product? No. It's your responsibility, dude. you know, this is the shaman archetype. Just go watch that episode about the shaman archetype. So you have work to do now, and the work is very, very complex, but at the same time, very simple. You need to become compassionate, and you need to compassionate your whole multiverse. Not only all the realities that you are living in this life, but all the other potential realities, even those that are harsh to believe, harsh to accept, horrible, horrific, and that you are judging right now. Also, those you need to integrate in your consciousness, which or whose infrastructure is based on love and compassion, acceptance, gratitude, and integration. And maybe if you do it, maybe you will be free one day. Hopefully, you will be free.